Rift Esports, they don't really get away with one game. Maybe hopefully they can win the series, but that's just my theory, right? That's just my theory. It's never gonna happen. But for my own prediction itself, if you're curious about our predictions, we I think we both put Fnatic on it PH, right?
Yeah, we did. I put Fnatic on a page, but I did give at least an idea that maybe Rift Esport can come true with a miracle hope with one pull through here for the last series, because again, we've been served 2-0 throughout the 30 series that we've seen so far. This is the last series. At least maybe Rift Esport can make a little bit of game changer. But the banouts already out here. We got the two typical banouts. We got Fanny as well as Ling. We also see Hylos and Chief early on the runs to be banned out by Fnatic Onyx PH.
Yeah. I mean, in terms of just having that versatility, not too sure what Rift Esports is gonna bring in, right? What I know about FMM as a goal laner, he's not really that flexible when you compare him to the likes of Kelra. But the thing is, he has a lot of things in his back pocket. In terms of being one of the gold laners of MPLSG, he is still, I think, I would put him at second best, just below Vanix. And right now for Fnatic Onyx PH, well, that's a stat for the entire world. They are the best. They are one of the best in the entire world. So it's just not a country alone. They are really experienced on that international stage. So they're going with the knowledge and leaving both the Zusin and Suyo open in that banning and drafting part.
Two of the Holy Trinity is open up, and Rift Esport, this is the timeline. Are you going to actually take up the bait? Are you going to actually pick it up? Because at the end of it all, if you don't pick up either side of it, there's going to give it a potential to the side of Fnatic Onyx. So now they picked up the Suyo. What will Fnatic Onyx PH will actually try to respond? Are they going to actually deny it with taking out the Juicin, or will they actually? Nope, they will pick up the Juicin. This is a typical banter or even the response that we already spotted out. But as Juicin been picked up, who will they prioritize to actually hold it up? Is it going to be Gato Gacha or is it going to be Hilda? It is going to be Hilda for them to pull through here for Fnatic Onyx PH.
Yeah, Fnatic Onyx PH with that Hilda in preparation for what Rift Esports might bring, right? Already knowing that the Suyo needs some kind of early game momentum to go in, I would compare him to an Alpha. I would compare him to Julian in terms of that playstyle, right? Where you want to be hiding in that bush, or you can go for that fighter utility playstyle as well. He's sort of a pseudo assassin fighter, very similar to what the Alpha brings. But now with the Matilda out of contention, they have to deal with the Zusin. This Zusin, you don't really want to fight on one front, right? Many teams like to fight top to back and back to front. And this is a situation where, yeah, having something to jump in the backline will be nice. Raging Sandstorm, perhaps Kev Swan can steal away not really much here from Valentina, actually. Which is a surprising pick, yeah.
Yeah, very surprising pick coming in from Rift Esport. But again, this is them try to play on their comfort zone, and we do see Fnatic on it also picking up Alpha as well. So this is giving them more long-range security for themselves. I mean, they already got Juicin, and now Alpha is on the lead as well. So more to the side of Fnatic Onyx, I'm liking their drafting already. They know what they need to be done. But again, on the Rift Esport wise, they covered the entire back line, and they cover up also in the mobility wise. The question is, what can they bring out with the Valentina? The question is if this is going to be enough to pull through to take down Fnatic Onyx.
Yeah, both teams yet to pick up their goal lane right now. I mean, in terms of how Fnatic Onyx PH want to play the goal laner, they can just ban out every single goal laner and just put Kelra on anything, right? You can put it on Lunox, you can put it on Beatrix, you can put him on 1-1, and he will still perform. Meanwhile, FMM, he is known for that Harif. He is known for a very good Lunox as well. So you can actually ban out both of them from what he has taken out. But the Cho already taken out from Lucian Cutie. So Fnatic Onyx PH, they're not going in blind, right? They're not arrogant to the point where, yeah, we're not even gonna study the other team. And this is from a top team, mind you. So even a top team, you have to do your homework. You have to research on your opponents and know what their tendencies are, what their play style is when you're going into this banning and drafting phase.
Agree, definitely. So at least maybe possibility of the ban out coming in from Reeve Esport, they already see that okay, Tyrus is out of the deal, so FMM. He has to be smart with this. And we do see coming rise on the top as well. This is a possibility of maybe they want to actually have more defense on the side. Moskov will be banned off. Possibility of they want to make sure that no much of the mobility more coming in from Fnatic on it, because they know for a fact that if you give more of seclusion of backside or even the front line to be given up for Fnatic, you are giving all the open space for Fnatic on it to punish you. And they picked up the Gato Kacha finally, and now Rift Esport, what can you do?
I mean, it depends on what Lucian QD wants to play, right? Whether he will pick up that Khalid or do they require another roamer. So if they want another roamer, actually against the Gato Kacha, there's a lot of responses. You can actually go for the Tigreal here if you wish to do so, to fight the fight very early with the implosion and try and force out these early game team fights, and also threaten the Zeus in at the back. But of course, Rift Esports, I feel that their Khalid will be on the EXP lane, then Lucian QD might... Oh no! Okay, they switched things up. Yeah, it's a new Rift Esports.
The new Reef Esport picking up not only the Benedetta, they picked up the Nathan as well. So this is really interesting on the side of Reef Esport. Okay, so now it seems that they had a fine line, and we got Fnatic on it picking up Aritil as well as the last option.
Yeah, so Irithel really strong in dealing with this kind of high mobility lineup, right? Because she has way more mobility than any one of these gold laners, any one of these team members combined. So Rift Esports, the worrying thing about them is the same problem with Team Liquid Academy ID in the previous game, where they don't have any catch to begin with. The way that they want to start the team fights, it's really unknown to how they want to initiate a team fight. They don't really have a set someone to fight.
I mean, at least they need something to lock on. Those are the things that we saw when it comes to Team Liquid Academy, right? They couldn't get the lock on, they couldn't get what they want to actually have the target properly, and those execution will not be able to pull through if Reef Esport can find one opening they needed. But let's see if they can prove us wrong here. This is the last series of the days, guys. Reef Esport Singapore versus the team of Fnatic Onyx PH, but we have a technical pause coming in. So again, we'll be holding off for a while before the match started off. Let's take it back again to what we talked about on the drafting wise. So far right now, it is in the favor of Fnatic Onyx. They have the potential to be in control of the game itself on round number 1. Reef Esport, unorthodox picking wise, but it is shining a little bit more, or probably a little bit opening up a little bit of their opportunity to say that maybe there's heroes that are up their sleeve that they haven't actually shown off to us just yet. And this is something to put on a hold, whereby maybe Reef Esports can surprise us coming into this round number 1. But yeah, we actually kind of missed out the opportunity of the caster prediction, right? So let's take a look here. I actually give a little bit of hope on Reef Esport, while you gave so much hope to Evil Esport. But Evil Esport, your Singapore team, but you didn't even give Reef Esport a chance here. Why?
You have to understand their standings, right? Rift Esports, they're completely new when it comes to these kind of international scenes. Yes, they were don't have as much experience when you compare that to Team Evil, Team NIP Flash. And yeah, within my region itself, I really feel that there is a very big disparity between the top and the rest. Meanwhile, I feel that other leagues is much closer. And Rift Esports, yeah, they need all the experience that they can get. They need to grow as much before they can take down this top titan, right? This is the final boss that we're talking about. Fnatic Onyx PH. It's not an easy opponent. And with already the lineup, with the drafts and bans, I feel that it's not really in their favor, where they have a lot of damage, right? They have the Lecto Final Blow, the coming in from Vendetta. They have the Entropy, yes, Raging Sandstorm. A lot of skills available. But who is the one who will start it all? Who will be the one to start the team fight? Do you go in with a Raging Sandstorm? Do you go in with that Lecto final blow? Because on a Fnatic Onyx PH, if the fight is not favorable, what's stopping them from just running away?
Agree, definitely. But coming off right now, finally, we're going in straight into our first round of last series. Fnatic Onyx PH is going to meet off with Reef Esports Singapore. As we do see, they try to push in straight into Kirk and Bear. Really aggression all the start, but it's not going to be easy as Kirk making his way all the way to the bottom lane, still surviving it out. But as we see here, it seems that Bear still not giving up, gonna try to pull away Kirk as a process. And we do see here Capswan will be making a really good movement to actually invade into the space of Fnatic Onyx, get the crabs, but at the same time he has to be aware of the positioning as well. We do see that Spider Mileys do has the eyes on the side, but on the side of top here we do see King Kong going in for the first blood, taking down Lucy Cutie, and FFM could not do anything to back things up, and King Kong will come in for the fight. FFM flicker away, just barely making it alive, but this is only the great win opening for the side of Fnatic Onyx PH.
And that's just so much macro advantage, right? Kelra is going to get at least half this gold turret, and that's at least half a small item that he is going to secure. So with that, their macro advantage will be going towards Kelra by a long shot, because once he reaches his level 4, he's going to be able to destroy FMM in terms of having that mobility, and the flicker has already been burnt. So Fnatic Onyx PH, with that small little move, they won so much of the lane and so much of the game for themselves. Now, they don't need to worry about the top lane. They can just focus their sights on the turtle here. But Kirk going in.
Melon will be taken out by Super Friends immediately, and Super Friends try to pull away another one, but managed to bear away. And we do see that we're gonna go in again into another technical pause, unfortunately, but that was a really good move coming in from Fnatic Onyx. You got the macro wins already on the top lane, and now they left it all behind and they move into the mid lane where they managed to shut down another player of Reef Esports. Barely coming alive, Bear had to pull away, but if it wasn't for the opportunity, Rise It Out, a really good backup coming in for Reef Esports, could have been another kill and triple in the side of the account bank of Team Fnatic Onyx PH. So Reef Esports looking a little bit more messier right now as Fnatic Onyx giving so much of the aggression that Reef Esports could not do anything to shut them down.
Yeah, and this is very worrying, right? When there is a lot of momentum going towards the way of Fnatic Onyx PH, you know that for sure they're not gonna let that momentum go, and now it becomes a movement on Rift Esports. What's the decision making going into that next few stages of that game? And for them, there's not a lot of options. Meanwhile, Fnatic Onyx PH, they know that there's not a lot of options, so they can prepare for what's coming on next. So in that kind of moves, you already secure yourself that early game, you secure yourself that mid game, and now with Lucian Cutie not being able to get that level 4 even before 3 minutes, you know that there's no Raging Sandstorm. So you can secure so much of the map for yourselves and don't need to worry about that huge AoE ultimate coming your way.
Agree, definitely. And now, pushing in, they already got invasion into the territory of Reef Esports. And as they pull through, we do see the testament coming in from the side of Fnatic on the top lane. They got a lot of pressure there. Lucian QT as well as FFM is on the hole right now. And FFM is had to let go of that turret, the fact that having a lot of struggle. But at the same time, we do see at least Kev Swan coming in for the backup. They know for a fact they're not going to allow it. Kelra was trying to pull in into the bush side, but still at least FFM will be able to move away safely. And somehow the respawn wise coming in from Respawn, even though it has been a little bit of struggle, they still make it alive so far. But King Kong coming in to see what can be found into the bushes of Team Rift Esports. Spotted out FFM. trying to actually pull away. Super Prince is just trying to find a way to pull off anyone from the stand of Re-Esport. We do see Melon. Melon had to pull away as fast as possible and trying to actually making sure that they can farm it up without the disturbance of Fnatic Onyx. And as we progressed it off, at least they did manage to actually farm off properly. And Fnatic Onyx is just giving a lot of disturbance, and pretty much Rift Spot is just at least at a struggle at the moment right now.
I mean, you can see that they forced that team fight on the top lane, right? Kev Swan is going to be denied this space right now. It's because Fnatic Onyx, they are doing such a great job of taking this lane priority. And now, Irito gets a solo kill, and King Kong with the follow-up on to Kev Swan. And Raging Sandstorm is being forced to use defensively here by Lucian Cutie because of the fact of so much pressure coming through from Fnatic Onyx PH. The fact that all 5 members were at the top lane and still there was no macro play that could have been done because the lane priority was so good. They cleared out the entire creep waves. They proxied the wave together with the Hilda. Kirk was playing proxy, making sure that Bear cannot be on these rotations.
Oh, Lucian Cutie also pulling through right now, trying to have a lot of damage, but at the same time, right here, we do see Kevzon coming, pulling in. Super Sprints still looking on the eyes, try to actually pick up anyone, but somehow that was too close. Definitely overextension to the side of Lucian Cutie, but it's okay. Still barely making it a good combo coming in, but at the same time, we do see here where Hilda try to pull in and pushing on straight away, and this is where the fine line, Lucian Cutie having a lot of pressure. Prince try to pick him off straight on the off guard, but at the same time right here, overextension coming in from the side of Kurt, and Team Rift Esports had to pull through, and FFM finally makes it way, taking down Kurt immediately. But then again, this is just an overextension because top lane prioritize is already open, at least for Kara to finish off the job to shut down that turret.
Yeah, and this is really the lack of macro advantage coming in from Rift Esports, right? The fact that he is able to proxy the waves as a Hilda, and I just don't like the fact that Bear is unable to proxy that wave because he's scared of the threat coming from that alpha, that spirit. The Spear of Alpha coming through. There's a control factor where you're not going to be able to get out if there's enough damage. And Fnatic Onyx PH, they're using that fact and they're abusing it so hard by putting the Hilda in the worst of locations, knowing that there's no catch available with esports.
Oh, Bear going to be picked up, but it's okay. I pretty much see a lot of the potential coming in from the side of Fnatic Onyx, try to split things up. And this is where the final line of Rift Spot, they're a little bit too cautious and they're a little bit too emotion, but they did manage to take down Kurt again. This is the confusion-wise, because again, you're giving the leeway to the side of Iritil and Kurt to actually have the potential to just disturb every motion. And Team Fnatic Onyx, they had that confusion side of Team Rift Spot to a point that they're getting away with that objective they need.
And this is a calculated move, right? Kirk on that top lane. Why was he on the top lane? Because Turtle was spawning on that bottom lane. And if they respawn, Rift Esports, they kill, but at the cost of a turret, at the cost of a turtle. They measure out the opportunity cost before even fighting. Now Kev Swan dragged in a bad situation here.
But here on out, we do see Bear comes in straight away, try to go in for the airborne side, but not gonna be enough. But as we do see Super Prince a little bit too low, had to pull away, but King Kong coming in to push in. We do see Kelra gonna actually insert himself into the equation as well. Lucian getting a lot of damage. Melon had to pull away in the situation, but indeed, we do see Rift Esports still making the way. Kelra overlooking to decide whether they want to actually pull into Lucian Kitty or they want to actually pick up Melon as well. But as time progresses, we do see Team, after coming into that close fight, we have Kelra just messing things up, always putting on objective, shutting down every single turret in the scene.
Yeah, I mean, it's very different from Rift Esports. I mean, they have a lot of damage, a lot of AoE damage, yes. But they're going to be able to dive your towers because you don't have the control. Once the ring, that's it. That's the only control that you have, and there's nothing else you can do, barring that FMM jumps behind the enemy lines and just disrupts everyone. which in no way a Nathan is going to do that, even with a flicker, because you value your life so much as your Nathan, right? But already, just the gold advantage, 7,000 gold advantage at 8 minutes in, and it's a slow roll coming in from Fnatic, Onyx, PH. Death by 1,000 cuts here because they have so much map advantage. They're able to take away the purple buff. The next Lord is spawning already, and now Lucian Cutie is going to be in a lot of danger.
Lucian Cutie will be taken out by King Kong immediately. Now looking for Capswan, but Capswan managed to flicker away, going off straight into the movement of trying to actually hold off the position. This is where the fine line of if Rift Esport will be able to contest it off or even try to defend it off because of the fact that Lucian Cutie was been stuck or been pressurized by Fnatic Onyx. But at the same time, Lot already spawned out, and we know how Kurt can be a trouble, can be a menace, will try to pull away that focus into the scene. But as time goes by, they're going in straight into the team fight. We do see Spider going in for the overextension. We do see Melon also pulling in. Bear try to actually pull it out, but seems that Fnatic Onyx, the overextension just pull away some of the defense, all the resources they needed into the Rift Esport hands. And now most of those utilities was already put out, but FMM right in the open, nobody saw it, nobody was trying to defend it wise, and Kira takes him down. And as time goes by, they even managed to do so much damage to the rest of the Rift Esport players, and now they give so much pressure, they might be able to crumble into the fact that this is it, Rift Esport right in the open. They can take away all the cover up of the map itself.
Yeah, this is very, very much a very big disparity coming in from Fnatic Onyx PH, right? 10,000 gold lead at 10 minutes already, and Super Fresh just solo kills, I mean, with the team, of course, gets the kill on Lucian Cutie. This is a Khalid, and Khalid supposed to have that high mobility, that high sustainability, survivability, well, but I mean, if your highest survivable hero is dying like this, then yeah, it's not a good look for you at all. Fnatic Onyx PH, they fully taking advantage of the fact that once again, they don't have any form of control. Multiple times, they're able to jump your towers because you got nothing to keep them in the tower. They can jump in and out and just spread the damage out and keep taking that space away from you. And what are you gonna do, Rift Esports? Because I feel that you had that Valentina, yes, but there's nothing. Only a stolen Spear of Alpha, maybe?
That's a possibility of that, but then again, with all the defense lines are down to the last bar line, this is not going to be easy now. Lot already marching in into the mid lane is already open for the take. Now right at the top, it's going to be Bear as well as Melon trying to survive it out, but Kirk comes in. That's another turret to be destroyed as well. And as they progress it all now, they come down to the team fight as well. Now Lot will be denied immediately, but as the time goes by, we do see Fnatic Onyx not going in for the overextension when they could have, but they are very disciplined. They're trying to figure out how they try to move into Rift to utilize all the utilities, all the resources they put out. But it seems that Rift also being disciplined with all the triggers they needed, but somehow that's the last turret they needed. Now King Kong trying to find a way, trying to break it off. It seems that Bad did manage to go away into the scene. Now they go into the back line. Seems like they have the opportunity to try to steal away the confusion or even the focus wise. And I'm not sure what Rift is what idea right now. They did manage to do some damage to Prince though, and now pulling in. Spider managed to take down Cap as well as FMM. Lucian Cutie was taken out. Now the moment where Bear was out of the scene, this is where Fnatic Onyx just damage as well as punish the teams of Rift Esport, and they get the win for the last series of the day.
Yeah, this is where you are a Benedetta and